Hello everybody, I'm back with another video for you today. I've built a Metabreaker deck, which I want to share with you all. I think it's really strong, has a lot of things going for it, huge amount of point potential, crazy swings, ways to disrupt the opponent. Let's jump right into it. So the first card we have is Sunspot. This is a 1-cost card that you can drop on curve, and then you can use it to sort of, just wait a little bit, get some extra points when you are not spending your energy. Next, we have Okoye. This card's going to synergize very nicely with a few other cards we have in the deck, and it's going to be a very good turn to play in order to get ourselves some later on value. There are some locations that also work quite nicely with it. Asgard, for example, if you're able to draw extra cards or whatever it might be, maybe the opponent plays Maximus. Yeah, Okoye, just a pretty nice card, especially with the next card that we have, which is Swarm. So the idea with Swarm is you can discard it, and then you have 0-cost swarms in your hand. We're going to obviously be able to buff them with Okoye for 4-strength swarms, which is really nice. The synergy we have with Swarm is Colleen Wing. So she can discard the lowest cost card in your hand. You want to play your Sunspot, Okoye, get them out of the hand, then play Colleen onto the Swarm, and you're going to hopefully have a couple of 3 or 4 power units for 0 mana, which is incredibly strong, allowing you to essentially ramp or play a 10-point Colleen Wing for 2, if you look at it that way. And it's going to allow us to play those cards at the end of the game with some of our other win conditions in order to just overwhelm and, well, swarm the opponent. So the next card we have is Zabu. Very powerful card in a lot of very powerful decks at the moment. The mana generation from this is just so powerful. We can use it with several 4-cost cards that we do have in the deck. Next we have Maximus, just a solid point play. You don't necessarily need this card for the deck. It doesn't really synergize with anything. It's just a good amount of power that you can throw down on turn 3 if you miss that Zabu, or potentially on turn 5 in combination with a discounted card from the Zabu. Next we have Shang-Chi, a good answer to the tall units in the meta, works well with Zabu. We have Enchantress, good answer to the ongoing stuff in the meta, counter opponent Zabu and things like that. And these are cards that can be played on turn 6 when Zabu is on the board in order to just swiftly, completely turn the tide of battle and get yourself nice cube wins. Next up we have Moon Girl. I'm a little debating whether this card is good, but I think it is, because quite often you can copy the 0-cost swarm in your hand, maybe 1 or 2 of them, to get some extra value later on. You can also copy 4-cost cards for that Zabu to give him more fuel to keep going and powering through, playing multiple Enchantresses, Shang-Chis, or even multiple Draxes, which is the final 4-cost card. Got this in here, but you don't necessarily need Drax. You could play all manner of other 4-cost cards. Rescue comes to mind, Crossbones is an alternative, even Jessica Jones, while I don't love it, is an option. You can play Spider-Man as well to lock your opponent out of their board, or Darkhawk and Rockslide if you have those cards. So lots of options to play instead of Drax and even instead of Moon Girl, but I've got Drax in there for some nice, just good, solid, reliable 8-point value a lot of the games. Next up we have Aero. This card is so strong in conjunction with Swarm because on turn 5 or turn 6, we can play an Aero to disrupt the opponent, and at the same time we can put extra points in the locations that we want to win. So we drag the opponent into a location they don't care about, and we play in the other 2 with the Swarm. So really strong in this deck, works very well. And finally we have America Chavez. This is in the deck just to simply make us more consistently draw our Swarm Colleen combo as well as our Zabu on turn 3. So the way the deck functions is we basically have the Colleen Swarm value for insane just points. It's very strong. That's 1 win condition. And we also have Zabu for also just really strong value. The benefit here is if we don't draw Zabu, not the end of the world. If we don't draw Swarm Colleen, also not the end of the world. We have a backup option. So it works very well. You have to keep in mind though that the Zabu discounts your 4-drops, so be careful with Colleen as she can discard those 4-drops after they've been discounted by Zabu, so that's something to keep in mind. With that being said, guys, let's jump into some games. Alright, first game, what should we be doing here? Let's just end turn. We've got Asgard on the board. Got Swarm in hand. A Colleen draw would be lovely right now. Alternatively, Okoye, Sunspot. There's Colleen, perfect. We'll play her in the left, discarding Swarm. That's really good for us. Going to give us some huge point potential in the future. The squirrels are a bit annoying. They might clog our board up slightly. But not to worry too much about that. For now, we can play a Sunspot. I think I will play it in the left to try to win this Asgard. Try to draw some of our other great cards, like the, you know, like the Zabu, for example. And there he is. We draw Zabu on turn 4. I think I would just play him simply in the right. The opponent's snapping, which is a little bit spooky. Probably, I think this is Silver Surfer with Groot. I don't see what other deck you'd really play a Groot in. So that's fine. We'll be giving them some cards here. And Sunspot going to die to Killmonger, which is a bit sad. We don't have armor in this deck to prevent that from happening. So we do lose a bit of value there, but not necessarily the end of the world just yet. They have a lot of cards, so I think I can play Maximus without too much downside. And then probably Moon Girl to get some extra, you know, some extra value with the Swarm. I'm a little bit scared here because we are going to have to try to maybe just disrupt them with Aero. Maybe pulling them into the middle will be the play. That being, we can't actually draw Aero here, so never mind. That's not going to work for us. I suppose I could have tried to snipe the Serra with Enchantress, but we have lots of swarms, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to contend with the sheer amount of points that Silver Surfer can output here. A little bit tricky. I guess we go Drax. Well, we got double Drax, which is quite strong. They can do 15 with Brood. They can do even more than that in the left. So I think I'm going to just say that it's most likely they go Brood mid. Like, it's probably best for them to go Brood right. But since that is the best play, maybe they'll go Brood mid instead. And, you know, there might be a Mr. Fantastic or something. This is a tricky one. We could go either way. I think the double Drax mid might be winning. 16 extra points that they won't see coming. And then we've got a bunch of swarms. I mean, we could also consider going to the left, swarming them. They're actually going to retreat. They're a little afraid of the swarm coming. I don't blame them. That was a bit of a 50-50-ish type situation. The sheer value of Moon Girl and Zabu. Alright, next game. Alright, here we go. Look at that curve. Really, really lovely. And Wakamban Embassy with the Okoye for lore-friendly value. Sunspot into Okoye, into Maximus, into Moon Girl. What a hand. Perfectly acceptable. And we've even drawn Colleen, which will work extremely well if we now curve into the Swarm with the buff from Okoye. We're going to get Scorpion, which is a little bit mean, a little bit unfriendly of the opponent to do. And extra energy coming our way doesn't really help that much. We'll just probably take some more Sunspot value. Zabu looks fine here. Maybe don't go for Colleen this game. We'll just play a Zabu. Moon Girl, perhaps. Go from there. I mean, we can see what we have. If we draw into the Swarm, we can still play Moon Girl Colleen, which will be really, really powerful. That will be an uber play of doom. Alternatively, maybe just Enchantress or so. Yeah, we draw Enchantress. I think I'll turn off both of our Zabus then and just take the Moon Girl value. We're just trying to sort of play for good value right now. We still have the option of drawing into our Swarm. If not, well, we've still got some decent plays available here. We can discard Colleen with the Colleen. You're hopefully seeing how this deck can just output crazy amounts of points. It's very, very effective. Okay, and then we've got a finisher of perhaps just Shang-Chi here with some Sunspot value as well. We'll see what the opponent does. Maybe Maximus will be better. We can kind of counter Dracula quite effectively here with Maximus. Darkhawk gonna be the play. Now, unfortunately, we cannot Shang-Chi that Darkhawk. I'm really quite sad about that. But we have the Chavez as a backup option here, which I might actually play. The thing is, like, the rock guy can boost up the Darkhawk, right? So I think they won't be able to play in the big house. So I think just playing a Chavez either here or on the right should be good enough. Perhaps, yeah, let's play it on the right, on the left over here. I think this should be winning. Yep, they're going to retreat again. Another win against some Zabu Darkhawk. Very good. I've got to say, guys, I'm really happy with this deck. This feels like the best deck I've made in quite some time on Marvel Snap. I'm kind of blown away by Colleen Swarm. That combination of cards is so devastating. I think I will probably end up running it in a lot more of my decks because it's just so good. We're going to have to skip the first 2 turns here, which kind of sucks. But we're going to go for a Zabu game plan this game. No Colleen Swarm. Just the classic Zabu control with Shang-Chi. Perhaps 2 Shang-Chis even in Nidavellir will be very good. And it looks like they're going to go for either Ghost Rider value or Hela value here with discard. So we'll see what we want to do about that. Probably just going to be a Drax Moon Girl, I imagine. I'm not sure where they would play their card here. It's a little tricky to figure out. Or perhaps we just go Okoye Moon Girl to get the Drax as well, because Drax is quite a powerful card. We can also sort of yeah, I like this because we avoid Shang-Chi ourselves. So let's just go Moon Girl over here. We'll copy up the good cards. We'll play maybe Maximus turn 5. We're not going to really get Okoye value. We're just playing it as a, you know, a regular card here. I'm going to try to do Shang-Chi at the end, perhaps. Interesting. That being said, I think Drax in the mid seems okay. Maybe we want to do, yeah, Drax, Maximus. We've got double Shang-Chi. I don't necessarily want to give away that we have that. You know, I don't want them to know just yet. So maybe Maximus mid is also fine. We'll just wait and see where these go. I guess Maximus mid is a bit silly, right? We could just simply choose whichever location we prefer instead of leaving it up to chance. We should have got Maximus right. That's a... Don't mind me, guys. I'm making silly plays here and there. I'm making some silly plays. Hopefully I don't get punished for that slight mistake. Magneto going to come anyway, so... Taking Zabu over is a bit annoying for us, that's for sure. It means even if we go Shang-Chi in the right, we're simply going to tie it. For now, anyway. Maybe our Drax or Maximus will help out the negative zone, and we can go for the double Shang-Chi finisher, which is very strong. Don't get me wrong, it's very strong here. Okay, nothing going to help us out, but we can at least guarantee the win, I believe, in the left. That is pretty effortless for us. And then we need to decide where the rest of our points are coming. Probably in the right location, I think. You know, because we get the Shang-Chi guaranteed value. And then I guess just a Drax as well. How many cards have we got in deck? You know, Darkhawk stuff can definitely be scary here. I'm not sure they'll have it though, because they've got Ghost Rider, so... That would signal that they don't have that stuff. I think we should be winning. Let's go with the snap. This could theoretically backfire, but I think we've always got the win there. We're going to get another win. Very nice. You can see this deck just churns through opponents. Just wins game after game. It's very decent deck, actually. I'm very happy with it. Asgard, Baxter, Okoye, turn 1. We've got Swarm in hand. If we draw Colleen, it's good. If we draw Zabu, it's good. If we draw Maximus, it's good. Sunspot's acceptable. The other draws Enchantress Moon Girl, not so great. We are going to draw a Moon Girl here, which you hate to see. I might just have to play Swarm on curve. I think I will at this point. And abandon the Colleen win condition. That's something you can do in a fair few games. You know, if you miss your cards, you just play a 3. It's not amazing, but at least it doesn't get killmongered. It's not the end of the world. We're going to be playing the same opponent we played last time, so they didn't see my Shang-Chi, which is good. It's very good for us. I don't have Zabu on the board this time, though. Neither do they, to be fair. Let's just go ahead and play Drax in the left. And hopefully draw into some better stuff. Okay, Giganto gonna come down. Well, we can go with Shang-Chi there, so that's kind of okay. But now the question is, what do I do? Perhaps just an arrow? Arrow onto Fisk Tower can be very strong. Alternatively, we can go Shang-Chi into arrow, perhaps. That's certainly going to run a bit of a risk, but I think I like it in terms of being quite mana efficient. And making sure we get that Shang value. Alternatively, Arrow now, if they're wanting to play into Baxter Building, could be really good. This might end up being a loss though. For sure. Yeah, I think we do need to go with this play. And then just hope we can do a cheeky Arrow for the win. Might be difficult. Perhaps I should have gone... You know, I don't actually know. This might just be a retreat angle, to be fair. On the other hand, they don't have good Dracula guaranteed. They don't have good Dracula guaranteed. We could just play Chavez in the right and hope to win the right. I think that's probably the play. Honestly, a retreat here is not a bad idea by any means. Alternatively, we have Maximus here for the most value straight up. I think I'm going to play Shadows in the right. Oh no, they're going Magneto. Interesting. Okay, going to destroy our units. Yeah, that's really bad. I remember they had Magneto last game. That was definitely a retreat. Should have done that, but we're going to lose some extra cubes there for no reason. Let's see if we can get another win, shall we? Alright, interesting hand. We've got Swarm and Zabu. No early game just yet. Would love to draw Colleen now, perhaps. Okoya will be okay. Something we can play at least. And they're going to play an Angela. So it could be very many things with Angela. Perhaps just Swarm, perhaps something a little different, a little spicier. Do we want to play in the machine world? I think we'll give them a Zabu. I don't think that'll be too bad for us. Don't think a Zabu deck would ever have Angela in there, so it should be okay. And now the Colleen is unlikely to hit Swarm, which is a bit sad. But what can you do? I guess we can play a Psylocke, give them give them another one of those. Not too worried about that. Get some extra mana, get that out of my hand. Ooh, Black Panther coming in here. That is pretty exciting. We've got Shang-Chi, so I think provided we don't play, you know, provided we don't play it just yet, we should be fine. Let's go ahead and Arrow. We might also disrupt Arnim Zola if they want to play that card. And I'll play Sunspot in the right. Let's see if the Arrow works here. I probably should have snapped on that, realistically. That was a pretty good snap opportunity. Wong is coming, okay. Interesting for sure. We don't have initiative, so I think probably going with Enchantress left is important. And then we kind of just need to be able to beat Arnim Zola. So what's the most points we can make here? Is it Shang plus Colleen? No, it's Maximus, isn't it? So Maximus will give us 13 extra -2, 11. Yeah, that'll beat Azola. So I think they should always be winning. Let's give them a snap now. They might be a little overconfident as well, since they've got a Wong on the board. But we can disrupt that with Enchantress. Thank you, Zabu. Very nice. And yeah, probably just Zola, right? Which I believe we beat here. Thankfully. There he is. Alright, a nice mathematical calculation, a little bit of puzzle solving to win the game there. Very good. Let's play one more game since I love this deck so much. It's just a bit of a joy to play, having so much mana reduction. Oh my god, Elysium coming, okay. With Sunspot, that's very good. The ideal turn 1. Not having armor means we are susceptible to Killmonger, but that is a necessary evil, I suppose. Oh, Colleen, Moon Girl, Swarm. We're going to have infinite free cards here, essentially. Infinite amounts of free cards. Opponent's got Zabu, so drawing into Enchantress would be really impactful here. If we can get that, that would be great. That would really shut down the opponent's game plan. Ah, oh, Enchantress. You love to see it. I'm a talented gamer. I will go ahead and play that now, of course. No free cards for you. I mean, obviously they still get a lot of value from Elysium. As do we. Should we go ahead and Moon Girl here and then double arrow? Have double arrow on the cards? I think I like it. I like having a bunch of free swarms as well. You can't really complain. The best thing about Moon Girl, to be honest, is you don't really care about not drawing cards later because you have Chavez in the deck. So not drawing a Chavez really doesn't matter. We're not really searching for anything at this point. We just want to play our cards, feel good about it. I think an arrow mid for now is looking great. They'll probably only play one card. I'm going to snap. We're looking to most likely give up the middle. And then we'll arrow them into the left and play all of our swarms in the right. And it should be enough. The sheer obscenity of being able to play so many cards on the final turn is surely something that will work wonders for us here. That being said, we also have a Shang-Chi mid option, which is very tempting. That's also just winning us mid, so I think I will go with that. That seems even better than just the mega swarm of doom, dude. Here it comes. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? I don't think so. There's my Shang value. There's my swarm value. Ah, oh, what a deck. I gotta say, guys, what a deck this is. Look at that. Oh yeah, Dark Hawk Mystique. It's a good effort. It's a good effort from the opponent, but not going to be enough here. Victory. Lovely. If you enjoyed that video, why not check out the one on screen right now? Thanks for watching, guys. Do subscribe for more content. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.